Hello, this is Lisa Russick and Misty Laura with the podcast We're All Psychic, and this is a video podcast on Spotify. And we have two awesome guests. It's Carol Starr's Astrology series, and Misty is going to ask a question at the same time as I ask it. And we have Harold. He is our Sagittarius. So Misty and I will ask on the count of three. We'll ask you both if you still think we're all psychic.
I do.
Oh, she already answered. Three, Harold.
Oh, I go too quick?
Yeah, you did just right.
Yes,
yeah, he does. Okay, we got that out of the way.
Okay.
So listeners and watchers, today is Carol's Astrology series, and she's talking about Sagittarius and more. Hopefully she'll give us another prediction. The House was taken by the Republicans, like she said. So
I did say that, didn't I? I did.
You did say that. You did, yes.
Yeah, yes. And of course, we won't talk politics.
It was just interesting. You did a prediction, and it was right. And I just wanted to give you props.
I knew we were going to lose I knew that that would lose everything pretty much other than the House. I felt that. But a lot of psychic ability, and too, you pick up vibes from the person you're talking to, their voice, their looks, what's going on outside, what is really happening in the world. And it's like we put it all together and come up with answers. I don't think it's always about like that. I think it's a sum total that we're able to feel and to know. I mean, I was doing a reading on someone today and she sent her picture. I got a whole change in heart about the whole person by looking at her face.
Yeah.
And hearing her and hearing her talk wasn't enough. When I saw her face, a lot of things came alive.
Yeah.
So I think people think that, and I do believe there are psychics that can go and find, a dead body or find bones or something like that. And I don't know how they do that. I think that is just that's a totally different type of psychic behavior.
It's like a hoodoo or like root work and stuff like that, and magic. It's kind of like that kind of
special gift. Yeah.
It comes in all shapes and sizes. I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's everybody's natural innate thing that's unique to themselves. I think everybody has their own, like Misty and I might get the exact same information in a card reading, but she would say it differently, for example.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And
so how it's delivered really matters.
Yeah. And you might have and also, I don't know how this is with card reading, because sometimes you don't see you don't see the person. Isn't it true when you're doing it like?
Yeah, I do it in chats too, but I usually work with guides when I do chats.
Okay. Can I tell you something funny, Jay, that my husband
I'd love to hear something funny.
I went in and said something silly to him, and I said, "Do you think I'm totally crazy?" He said, "Not totally, but I think they're calling from the Everclear Psychiatric Hospital to push me."
They need an Everclear Psychiatric Hospital.
He's gonna have to submit me to it. He comes up with stuff like that. It's just so funny to me. It's just really funny. So we want to start with Sagittarius people.
Sagittarius. Yeah, let's talk about sun.
One of the unique things about Sagittarians, they are considered the luckiest sign of the zodiac.
Really?
Yeah. And of course, they're ruled by Jupiter, which is luck and expansion. And I think that Sagittarians make their own luck, really more so. Sometimes with Geminis, I feel like things fall in their lap. Or there's some signs that I feel, but Sagittarians, they make their own joy or misery. And
Harold does that. Harold seems to do that to me.
Yeah, he makes his own joy for sure.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. And I think my mom was a Sagittarius, and she had really a lot of good fortune, and she just wasn't happy all the time. There's always
not grateful.
Something more she wanted, and I think no matter what we say, we do pick up things from our mothers. And I found myself that she had such great expectations of people, as Sagittarians often do. And I couldn't provide them for her. And I went the other way, where I expected nothing from people, because I didn't want to ever be in that position where I was so dependent to expect from people.
That sounds very familiar.
And sometimes expecting someone to even say thank you is too much. And I think we have to sort of accept the fact that everybody is an individual And
Yes.
expecting from them because you do something nice doesn't mean you're going to get it back.
No.
Yep.
But you'll get it back
That's
from somebody else. You'll get it back from somebody else.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. And Sagittarians have a lot of dabbling, a lot of things going on, and they get overwhelmed sometimes and can't do them all. And I think also Sagittarius people, they sometimes get their foot in their mouth because they are so honest. No, they say you say whatever you're thinking.
That makes sense. Harold, you do say what you're thinking and what you in your mind.
Yeah, and then sometimes it seems like people think you're being a certain way that you don't mean to be, because you're
they assume. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're just being straight with what you're thinking or feeling at the moment, but it might be an attack or rude or just another way, but you didn't mean it if you're to be a certain way.
So they're misinterpreted.
Words don't always come out right.
Because you're saying, you're just coming out and saying whatever.
Right, but words don't always come out in the right way. Okay.
Yeah.
And the sensitive person is going to pick. I know. See, I'm one of those people. I'm really sensitive, and I try to realize that really is more important what people do than what they say. And but I get my feelings hurt very easily. So I am very sensitive as a Libra person. I'm really careful. If I hurt somebody's feelings, it hurts me a lot more than it hurts them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to be more careful with my words. But Sagittarius people in general, and it's not that they're mean, they're not. But I have had Sagittarius friends, and they'll say stuff. No, don't. That is stuff, tell somebody, well, your boyfriend doesn't really love you. He's got what he wants from you. He doesn't want you to live with him. I'm sure.
Oh, hey, now hold on. And filter.
Yeah, the filter system can be off sometime. And I always, my mom was this wonderful mother growing up. I had the best mother in the world. I mean, she was. And she got older and she had a lot of personality issues and, things that happened. And she would just do stuff. And she would call my ex-mother-in-law and tell her how horrible her son is. And my mother-in-law had to get an answer machine because she couldn't take care of all these. My mother would actually call up and say, your son is horrible and did this that was my ex-husband.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So she didn't think, she was trying to create justice or whatever she felt.
Right.
But Sagittarians make really good friends. And you have to get past this sort of honesty. And most of them do have that quality about them. They aren't mean. They're the least mean of the zodiac. They're really nice.
They don't mean a lot of the things that come out.
That just come out of their mouth. That just gets, whatever. And anyway, I was looking up, I get caught up being an astrologer, saying the same things a lot. Sagittarius is this, and that. And the reality, and we've talked about this, your moon rising and planets can totally change the personality of your sun sign.
Right.
So we're caught up in sun signs because everybody knows it, because if they can read it, if they can read a calendar, they know what sign they are. But you won't know your moon sign because it changes every 2.5 days, right. And the rising sign changes every 2.5 hours. So I do like to go online once in a while and see what is being said about the sun signs and stuff. And sometimes
it's changing.
Yeah. And I think most of what I always say about is people that I've known that are these signs, and I've done so many charts, and I've known so many Sagittarians, and they all have certain similar, not their whole person, but they have certain qualities about them that seem to follow everyone around.
Yes. And one thing I've noticed is with the Sagittarius, they're mainly women that I've known, I've been good friends with who are Sagittarius. They are adventurous. They usually pick unusual jobs if they work, and they switch jobs a lot. But also the other thing I noticed is that once you are their friend, you're their friend for life. Once they let you in, you're in.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely true. Yeah. But they are, my mom in her later years, because she married my dad died and she married someone, and he took her on a lot of different trips, and they went to a lot of places, and she really loved to go. I know that, and not everybody really loves to travel. I used to love to travel a lot. And, I've gotten to the point where, in fact, we went to California this weekend to be with my son, and packing and when you get out of the habit of packing it up all the time, it's kind of a job.
But pack everything. You don't know what's going to happen.
I know. Right. We had one of those big trunks, and they had to be delivered to the hot motel. No, I'm kidding.
Took $10.
I saw your little cat walk by. Did I see your cat walk by?
Yeah, Gandalf's around here somewhere. He might have just walked by. I don't know. He's shadow catting around.
I have a picture. I have to send it to you of my little cat sitting on my armchair, looking into the screen while I'm doing a chart. You've never seen anything cuter than this. I got to dig it up.
You've got to.
Yeah. So anyway, Sagittarians are good people, and they also are making commitments in relationships is not always easy for the average Sagittarius person, because one thing about Geminis and Sagittarius, even though they're opposite the zodiac, they have many of the same qualities about wanting freedom, having a good time, being restless,
restless energy, and they need to do something with it.
And anyway, I like. Is that your around your neck?
Off, he's always.
What do you have around your neck?
Oh, what, me?
Oh, I thought that was part of your sweater. This was the sun.
Oh, this thing. It's just part of the sweater, right?
No. That
the t-shirt under it. T-shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
Want me to take it all off, Carol, so you can see it all?
Yes, Lisa, take it off. Let me see the sun.
Clear as the sun.
I want to be sure I don't forget anything here.
Not the moon.
Not the moon.
Yeah, Sagittarius moon.
Okay, again, as I said, you can do a million tasks and none of them get finished. Sagittarians like to try this, go here and do that. And they really need to have a Virgo come and finish up all the details. So all Sagittarians need to hire a Virgo.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do you put that in an ad, was there websites for that?
Yeah.
Is there like VirgoDating.com?
Yeah, we need a Virgo for this Sagittarius to finish their products. $20.
Yeah. Is there a way to date? But is there astrology dating website where that you hook up one person knows their sign?
I think you just had $1 million idea, Harold, but I've never.
Hey, I got lots of them.
You want to hook up with the worst person for you? No.
I want pain.
You can do that on your own. You can just do that.
Yeah, you can. Shoot. You can do that on your own.
No, but it's an idea, though. I mean, because this is information, because you already know if you have a little bit of a heads up, right?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting.
You know the sign, like you said, who's compatible.
See, look at that Sagittarian energy going, making something. Just making something in his head. He just made something up that we could do.
I like it. Listen, always like original ideas. So compatibility is with really more with the moon sign, particularly for women. But Sagittarians get along great with other Sagittarians. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, and also with Geminis. And I think they do well with Libras. Yes, for the most part, and also with Aquarius, because that's another free-loving sign. Freedom-loving. So they get along really, really well. Yeah. And, also, I just want to be sure. I don't usually have notes, but I want to.
Something else about Sagittarius I've noticed is they can be a little naive. Not all of them. Yeah. If they've been jaded.
Oh, no, you're right. You're so. Oh my God. Yes.
They can be very naive as far as they really expect that people are being their best selves. Right.
And you know what? They don't. One thing
they can bring out the best in people.
They don't look for faults in people. Mm-hmm. They don't look for them. They really kind of like. That isn't that important. Or, you know what? I don't think they register. I think that Sagittarians do have this little bit of rosy colored glasses, a little bit, with people. And they think all people are pretty nice, unless you do something really terrible. But normally, my Sagittarians I know are they're not overly sensitive about all these little nitpicky things like I am.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good quality.
It is, also,
good careers for them are, I think they're great. They make really good teachers and coaches, and anywhere where we're teaching, and they're generally good sports people. Really, do you remember Chris Evert?
Yeah, you did her chart.
Yeah, I did her
I remember
chart.
that.
She's a Sagittarius, and she was always looking. Even the time I spent with her, wanting to help people and wanting to do for them, and she'd love to teach. I don't know if she ever did teach, but because she was married. She got married 3 times. I told her not to marry the first guy. Maybe she should have. Oh my God, I ruined her life. I'm sorry, Chris. No.
I'm sure you were right.
Okay, so let's see what else here. Okay, I've got a whole year planned for Sagittarians, but I want to talk about, let's see here. Okay, one of the things Sagittarians like to teach values of life. What is the value of this, and what is the importance of it, and what are we going to gain from it? They are very spiritual. Very spiritual. That's probably, spirituality is the big buzzword today. Everywhere it's about, how I got asked to be on Everclear because they're doing more spirituality everywhere. And these sites that have had other types of speakers are adding a spirituality section.
Yeah.
It's become very, and I think that we live in a tough world today. And I'm sure our parents and I said, maybe we said the same things, but I really think that what is going on in our world today is tougher than it's been for a great many years. I think there are so many issues with the inflation and with our safety from other countries, some of the things that are going on. And I don't want to talk politics, but I am.
Yeah, you do.
No, I won't. But I want to say that I do a lot of reading about stuff, and not people's opinions, but real newsletters of things that are happening in our country.
Yeah.
And if you knew what they were, you'd be scared to death. They are very frightening right now. So I think what I was getting at is that people are trying to find peace within themselves, their lives, and get their lives centered more around themselves. And not live in a glass house where they can't see anything out there, but try to insulate themselves from what is happening. And so far we can do this. We're all still alive, and we are. I really feel like that the American public is not very knowledgeable. I mean, if you ever watch some of these shows, some people don't even know who the Vice President of the United States is. I mean, there's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot. Yeah. And I think that we do best just to if everybody took care of themselves, their family, we would have no problems. If everybody could.
But if everybody could, that's a big point, because some people can't, because they're unhealthy or they're not capable.
Yeah, I know. And I understand that. But there's a lot of people that get in trouble.
Yeah.
I was going to do a video I did one on the most dangerous zodiac signs. Of course, it was very successful. I'm thinking about doing one on serial killers. The most
what signs they were and stuff. Yeah.
They'll get upset with me.
You should.
They will love you. Everybody loves serial killer stuff or something.
There are signs that are most likely to be serial killers.
Which one?
Sagittarius, one of them.
It's the mutable signs, which is Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. Okay. But the biggest criminal of the zodiac is Virgo.
Really?
They're masterminds. I'm not surprised. They're masterminds.
But I always know what they say. They clean up after the crime better because they're always cleaning. So they clean up all the prints and everything. They come with their Clorox.
Don't leave the glove.
They get away with it better.
Yeah, right. They come with their Clorox and their rags and clean up everything. So that they can't catch them.
And they have the acid that they melt the people in the bathtub with.
I have my fingerprints all over everything. I'd be arrested immediately.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would be too.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
So, I want to talk about, we're coming up with a new moon. I want to talk about that. Yeah, I know it's getting off the topic a little bit, but there's a new moon, every month. And this year it's in Capricorn, and it's not always in the same sign. And it's happening on the 23rd of December. So this is an important year for Capricorns. And of course, I should have waited till take that back. I'm going to say that next month.
I'm a Capricorn moon. I don't know if that counts, but.
Yeah, well, you are your Capricorn moon because that is what it's going to be in the new moon. So on the 23rd, I was going to wait till Capricorns, but I got all excited about it.
Now you got to give us a preview. Give us a preview of Capricorn.
Okay, that's your day. The thing is about new moons, it is a day, but it can go on. It's like you have an epiphany or you have something really happen and you start a whole new section in your life. But I think you're starting to do some new things. I know that you've got your website is going pretty well.
Yeah.
And also you're going to be teaching.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of new things in the fire and they all should go really well. And since you're a Taurus, we've got, it's really exciting. Okay, it's in your 12th house. It's going to be in your 12th house, December 20th. Jupiter is going to be in your 12th house. Wait, your rising sign is Aquarius.
No, Cancer.
Cancer. Okay, well, let me just think here. I've got to think. Cancer. I go back. I have to do this. Okay. Yeah. Aries is going to be in your 10th house after December 20th and the new moon. Some good things are happening for you, Lisa. That's and that's going to be all year.
That's great.
This is your ambition, your work, how people see you and how you achieve things. And that is really important. So I think that
that's where I'm lost.
Cancer rising is going to happen for you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, did I make a mistake? Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. You're going to have a bad year. I made a mistake.
It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. No. Lose your feet. Your nose will fall off. I don't know.
Yeah. Sagittarians, even though, on my, and by the way, my new little, I want to ask you, I have my new forecast going on the website for the month.
Started?
Yeah. And I mean, I've had I think 45 or 50 people look so far. So I feel
I'm going to look. Yeah.
And I want you to design something pretty on it so that it shows up every month, design it. It just says forecast for December, but I like to have something.
Yeah, we'll do something fun.
Yeah. So I'm sending people, I did my live today and I really like doing them. And people are so nice and they're so kind. And, I just, and struggling with TikTok, as we know, is one of the most challenging social platforms there is to do anything on. But it is really good. I know that there's all kinds of problems. They want to get rid of it and everything like that. They won't though. They won't. No,
too many people.
And if they got rid of it, they'd set up we'd have a whole new platform to start out with. I would even believe it.
Yeah.
So anyway, Sagittarius this year, their 5th house. Their 5th house is your social life, your ambition, and your creativity. And Aries is starting on December 20th. It's going to be there right now. Between now and December 20th is a good time for Sagittarians. Sell their home, redecorate their home, move in, change something in their living arrangement. But after that, for most of the year, unless of course it goes retrograde eventually, is that this is really good for social life, meeting new people. And it's also good for your work. If you got some new ideas for businesses and stuff like that, this is a good time to develop them. And also you're very creative. This is having Jupiter transit this house creates a lot of creativity. And so cool. All you Sagittarians out there, just want you to know that. And
Harold, get ready. You can be real.
Yes,
He's already creative.
You're going to get pretty creative there. I feel creativity is coming. I'm sending it to you. Okay, let me see if there's anything else here of importance. And one of the things that I didn't mention about Sagittarius, and I think we know this too, is there is a sense of optimism about them.
Yes, very much.
I'm optimistic and you're optimistic and we're all getting optimistic, but sometimes one little pow in the face could turn that optimism into not.
Yeah,
optimism. Sagittarians do not get knocked down very easily.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a really nice quality. And I think that even though Libras are the most perfect sign on the zodiac.
Carol Libra astrology.
That I think Sagittarians they kind of have it together in a way. And they're also, they
have faith in themselves.
They do. Yeah. They amazingly so. I've noticed that. And I can't say I'm trying to think of some of my Sagittarius friends. I have one of my closest friends is Sagittarius. And sometimes she gets a little too optimistic. Yeah. I mean, lots of philosophy. And even when things are bad in her life, and she recognizes them, she doesn't whitewash them, but she knows how to overcome stuff. And I don't know. I find her pretty amazing, and I like being around her because it helps me stay up too.
Right.
I am very impressionable. I have a really nice husband who's optimistic and happy most of the time. If he wasn't, it would bring me down because I am so influenced by people's moods, and I don't like that quality in me.
Yeah, I have that too.
I am too.
Yeah. When is
Especially if I'm close to him.
Misty, are you Scorpio? I don't remember.
Aries.
Misty. Pardon?
Aries.
Aries.
Oh, Aries. Okay. Well, I do that. And I think that most of us can get down easily by other people's personalities or actions and saying things to us and hurting our feelings.
Yeah.
And it takes a little while to recover.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah. And one thing nice about Aries, and I've told you this before, this is a quality I think they are really, you are good people. You do good things for people and you don't expect anything in return. And I think that you have a way of squelching your emotions, but they're there. Okay. They're really some really deep seated emotions and feelings. And I think Aries in general we don't want to deal with this. We'll wipe it off. Wipe it off.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
it's good to allow yourself. I'm a real believer in wallowing. I
do too. I think if you need to, you should do it.
Give yourself a time limit.
Yeah. It's like worrying. Give yourself.
I'm going to wallow today for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
I try to think about, I worry about stuff like I talk about. I mean, I am the official worrier. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think, Lisa, you do well. I think you have a good optimistic, and I think you handle stuff in your life really well. My opinion.
Thank you.
She does.
I do. I feel like you do.
I take my time with my decisions. So by the time I make them, I'm pretty comfortable with them.
Yeah, she does.
And you do a good job. Okay, you do a good job of that. And we all have problems and issues and stuff that doesn't feel right.
Right.
Life is about things that don't feel right.
Right.
And,
fixing them.
I have found that manifesting and tapping, both of those have helped me a lot. It's not like this big thing that happens, but I find that I'm generally more peaceful inside. If I get up and I go through my routine, and I do my little, I told you my respirate machine I do for my blood pressure.
Yeah.
And it forces me to lay down for 15 minutes and breathe according to the music that comes up.
And wallow.
Yeah.
I really try not to. I do my Jitsu, the fingers and all that. Are you still doing the fingers?
I do. Yeah, not as much as I would, but I do it a lot. So.
I know it's we get out of the habit, but
yeah.
When I do my respirating, I do my Jitsu, so I know that I've done it.
Yeah.
And really, I try in the afternoon when I'm watching television just to do all the fingers.
Right. Yeah.
And all of this changes your mind and keeps you more peaceful. It doesn't solve your problems, and it doesn't make all the bad feelings go away, but it helps a lot.
It takes the edge off for sure.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Carol. My Sagittarius, I have Sagittarius as my North node. What does that mean for me? Is that like I'm going to be like heading in the direction of philosophies and freedoms in the next life? That's what I usually hear about the North.
Yeah. What house is it in? I think it's in the 6th. No, I want to say it's in the 5th or the 6th. Let me look real quick. That'll make a difference. I can help you out with that.
Okay. Well, y'all go ahead and talk.
Okay. Well, if there's any questions?
Tell Harold. Harold, do you have any questions?
Harold, any questions? I'm here to answer your questions. While the genius is here, take advantage.
I actually started. I have a couple audio astrology books, and it confuses me because I'm confused about the north, south, all these other things put in, and what I didn't know was different. It could be different signs and different houses and the moon and all. I just thought it was one thing with one, And then I'm also confused of, like for instance, the one I'm listening to, it actually goes by years and numbers. So it goes by like 1800 something up to like 22 or 2300 years, but it lists like each year and then the birth dates. So it goes by year end, but the signs are totally different than most So why do people do different, or is it just the way they come up with it, or?
Yeah, there's several different methods of doing. There is they call Placidius of sidereal and tropical.
They're like different systems of reading the charts or making charts. Yeah.
There are, besides Vedic astrology, there are so many there's at least 20 different ways of doing charts. And they're totally
because you don't want to like this all see this right here. All that was just like you're right by just right. That was
it's all complicated, and you got to
me
find
right there. That was all me. But then when I do the Sagittarius and the book I'm listening to, it's not. I don't feel it. You know what I mean? But then when
a lot of it's in who interprets it. A lot of it's who interprets it.
And if you also go online or books, there are totally different opinions. I have done the same method: whole sign, whole house, tropical, and that's the way I don't do intercepted houses. Astrology is complicated enough. I keep it as simple as possible. And judging from all the people's charts I've done and responses, it's worked really well. You have to keep it as simple. I believe in keeping this as simple because all of a sudden, I'm reading online these stories about if Jupiter is here and Sagittarius, all this stuff. I said, what are they talking about? Are they constant? There's probably, if you go online and you want to look up one thing, you'll find several thousand different answers.
And there's like maybe 2 words in common and all these different things.
I know.
They're similar themes, but the opinions behind them are there.
Exactly. And some of them I think are just so way out.
Yeah.
And just remember, first of all, you are a person before you're a zodiac sign. Mm-hmm. You are a person with your own emotions and your own personality.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason I like to use tropical, I don't like the other one at all. I like tropical, and I like to have equal houses. I like when they're all the same and they're equal signs, and it works so well. And then there's all these complicated ones that I think, and I hear astrologers talking to people. There's one on TikTok. I thought I did not understand a word she said. She was talking about, and real fast, she wanted to get it out, really very popular. I can't knock her. I mean, she's very popular. But what she said didn't make any sense and would confuse people. And I know a lot of people tell me, thank you, because we understand what you're talking about.
Well, it's Carol Starr keeping astrology down to earth.
And you have to, because we're complicated. You're an Aries. There's so many complicated parts of that personality.
Yes.
You're not. You pick up traits from all 12 of the signs, and people say I'm on the cusp. I'm more Aquarius than I can't. You're neither. You're all the signs. But each sign has got some really Aquarians. They all love their freedom. Many of them are all extremely intelligent. I'm going to say not every Aquarian in the world, but I'm going to say a large percentage. And Taurus people too. Taurus people are grounded. They're the earth sign.
Yes, they are.
And I just, my sister was a Sagittarius. I know how she ran her life. And it's always, and all the Taurus people I know, including my darling son, who's very successful. It looks like he doesn't work. He's got a big business.
We do. We work hard or we're hardly working is the quote I hear for Taurus a lot. And it's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like no, they don't work at all.
Yeah.
And yet everything gets done and does. I mean, my son has, like I told you, like a multi-million-dollar business.
Yeah.
And takes vacations and he doesn't even talk about it. He's like that. And he's very lucky. He's in a business today that is going to make it through all recession. It's customer relations management. Yeah. And everybody's worried about taking care of their customers today, or should be.
Yeah, they should be.
Not in Prescott, Arizona. They don't care. They don't call you back. They don't give a darn whether you come to their business or not. I'm grateful I'm not doing any readings or trying to get business from
this area. That area.
This town is too tough. Too tough. And so that's what, if I do a chart here, I knock the price way, way up. So if it doesn't scare them off, anyway. So, getting back to Sagittarius, because that's who we're talking about. There is something, they are you Sagittarians, their Harold, and all the others. There is a unique quality about you. And I think it's like you were sent here to calm down all the rest of the signs.
Lighten us up.
Yeah.
Well, that your philosophy is good, your ideas are good, and your learning capabilities, you want to learn, you want to know more, and you want to share what you know. You want to share what you know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes a whole lot of sense with Harold. Definitely.
Yeah.
He definitely wants to share his experiences so people can learn from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, I found out that my North Node is in the 5th house.
Okay, I'm going to. The North Node is in your 5th house.
In Sagittarius.
Okay, so that's about your health and about work. Your lessons you're learning.
6th house. 5th house. I'm sorry, 5th house.
5th house. Okay, your lessons then are what we talk: social life, ambition, creativity, children. With that is, I know it's a big house, and your karma this life is to learn to get along with people, because in past lifetimes you might have had problems. Creating relationships, learning to deal with people, and also learning to develop your ambition into something successful as well. And I use all of them. I think you're very creative. You have a lot of creative abilities. I know with your jewelry, with your cards, all this is all creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's about working on this, really paying attention to those things in your life and making them happen, because this is where it is for you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So like when you mentioned your website and you had you got a reading, you were excited about your website and everything. I thought my first thought is, we got to get that link out. We got to do something about it. We got to make it happen. And
I take my time. I let it. I want to do it slowly. Integrate.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I know, but I think fast. I know. No, but everything takes a long time. Yeah. I'm finding out with like I told you that I got on that list of astrologers and psychics, their top list for the channel. Did you hear about that? Did I tell you about
You told me. Oh, Misty, no, I didn't tell her.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I got a call, or I got a text from an old friend of mine and said I was watching Channel 10 in San Diego, and there's a show called The List. So they had psychics and astrologers, and there were 5 of us, and I was on the list. I don't know where they found me.
That's awesome.
Then I had something nice. I've been trying. There's a thing called Harrow it's helping out, helping all reporters out. They have a topic, like they're talking about maybe wearing a cap on your head for like during the cold weather. What kind of caps? They want an expert on caps. And there's some of them that have something astrological all the time. And I've been writing them about half a dozen times, and I never got on. I just got notification that one from September, it got put off, and I got in print on some site called Busty or Bustle.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Anyway, so I thought I was really happy just to know, and they didn't put my website or anything, but at least I got my name
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how much of that takes to become well known online?
Like a lot of work.
20,000
and luck. Yeah.
And then, I mean, how many people do you know online that are well known? You don't.
You, right?
A couple other people in this.
No, I don't mean just astrologers. I mean
not
just
many. People I know personally, not many.
No, well, that you see a lot. Even if they show up 500 times, it may not be where you're going to look, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. That is so cool.
It used to be when I first took a class online for internet marketing in 2010, that our teacher said, all we need to do is give something away free and we'd be famous. Now nobody wants anything free or otherwise.
Right. Yeah.
So it's gotten so cluttered that for me to be known, even these people on TikTok who have 25 million followers and 100 million likes, nobody knows who they are. Now that Charlie D'Amelio, she is the number one on TikTok. She makes $4 million, $5 million, $6 million a year. She has 20 billion likes.
Wow.
And 150
what does
million.
She do?
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. Is she dressing up, or does she just talk, or what does she do?
She dances, and she doesn't any better than she's okay looking, but for some reason
people like her.
And there's some that are more beautiful, more creative, more talented, but she's now doing a series with her sisters on TV. TikTok is if you can get going on TikTok, that's why I do want to get that going more, because that's where I get all my business.
Yeah. And you have fun with the videos. Your videos are very fun. I love them.
Yeah, but you know what? If they don't sometimes, like I'll get one that's 100,000 or more, and the next one doesn't go over 5. And
Yeah.
that doesn't look good.
No one's looking, I don't think. I don't think they're looking at comparing which ones are being looked at or anything.
You'd be surprised.
Really? People get that weird? I mean,
yeah, but also if I don't get at least 40 or 50,000.
It must be the Libras doing that.
If I don't get so many views a day, I don't get readings. There's a formula. When I get 50, 60,000 views a day, I get 3 or 4 readings on my website. I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And one time when I got 2 million, I got 200.
Yeah. Wow.
Over a period of 6 weeks. Well, I was on my computer. They were all written. I was like this from 2 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Wow. So Carol,
I guess anyway.
I'm looking at the clock, and you said you had to leave at 2 minutes to 4, and it's 4:50. So I'm gonna kind of try to wrap this up a little bit so you can get off on time and you won't disappear on me. Mysterious disappearances of Carol.
But I think we've covered do you think we've covered Sagittarians pretty well?
Is there anything you want to ask Harold about Sagittarians, about yourself?
Okay. Well, first of all, I think that Sagittarians, as I said, I think is a great sign.
Yeah.
I think they have wonderful attitudes. I think they add a lot to our whole being as in friendship and business and everything. They see things from all point of views. They don't get all crazy when something goes wrong or whatever. They take care of things. Sagittarians are the caretakers of the zodiac in so many ways. And of course, I think that the fire signs, I like the fire signs. I get along with them, the Aries, the Leos. The Leos a little questionable once in a while, but I like the Aries and the Sagittarians a lot. And I have friends there. And I think that you have to know that occasionally their filter system doesn't work real well, but it's never out of meanness or unkindness.
No, never.
It's about their feelings and just talking. And I have to accept that my friend, every once in a while, she'll say something. I think, I get, oh my God.
I know that face is perfect. I love that face.
That was a great face.
It was. Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
But I am so, I think just briefly, I've had a lot of issues with people over the last several years. And I am really sensitive to people, and I just keep my mouth shut. And sometimes something needs to be taken care of, and I should talk to them. And I don't want to get into confrontation, and I just let it. I used to speak up, and I just sort of hide behind now and let it go away. I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. Right. And so I try not to ever create situations that would cause that.
Yeah.
I am. And we all get annoyed with people. We're all unhappy with them, but Sagittarians are very unique. They just have a very high pain threshold when it comes to dealing with people, for lack of a better word.
They understand what they're about, I think, in a way.
They do, and they just let it go. It's not that important.
Right.
And I'd always feel that it is that important.
Yeah.
And I can't help, that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
Like if you don't text me one day, I start to cry. No. Oh, and I read into things people, sometimes we are readers, so we can overread, that.
Yes. Oh yeah. Especially if I'm in a weird place of my own, if I'm not feeling normal and I'm pessimistic, then I'll do a pessimistic reading. So I won't do them that way.
So anyways, Harold, I'm going to say goodbye here pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah. He will. Let me sum it up, people. So listeners and watchers, we love you, and we love you a lot. And I want to thank Misty. I want to thank Harold and Carol. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Lisa.
And you are welcome. And I'd like to thank Everclear. Everclear is our sponsor. They are an advice app and website where you can get advice from psychics and empaths, so you can get the clarity you need to create.
And I'll be back next month.
Yes.
You will be back next month with Capricorn. I have a Capricorn for you already picked out. And listeners,
it's not my ex-husband.
Was that? That's entertainment.
Of course it is.
Okay. So we'll say bye for now. Misty, good to see you, dude.
Good to see you as well.
You look lovely.
So do you, darling.
And listeners, thank you as always for listening and watching, if you're watching. And everybody, peace and out. Hey, we kept her. Peace out.